Eckel was one of my main mentors. Brian taught me, always keep learning and always keep sharing. He was one that made everybody better. That's why this award means so much. My name is Terry Fonstad. I'm trained in environmental engineering, is where I lay claim to, and I'm currently serving the university as the Associate Vice President Research.
He's always learning and trying to adapt to what is best for society.
When I got into construction, of course, I learned something there, and then I got an engineering degree, and I was on job sites, and I learned from the contractors, and I learned from the technicians I worked with and the suppliers. You know, then you get into university and you learn from your professors and then your mentors, and I've never quit learning. And part of the big thing about the volunteering is you always learn from everybody around you.
To be honest, he's always looking for the best of society. He's always looking for the best for individuals. He's always looking for the best of professions.
I got interested in more of the science. I enrolled in a master's degree part-time, and as a result of that, I've never been to grad school formally, but I've been very fortunate and now have a position at the university for 27 years and been able to run a number of roles there. And I go to work every day, do something I enjoy, and they send me paychecks. So
Terry's classes were sought out. Not because they were, easy classes, it's because they provide a lot of information that we as students really thought would be important for us to learn, that would prepare us for the professional world.
I've always thought that students coming into first year are engineers at a different part of their career than I am.
He's respectable to everyone. Everyone respects him.
My philosophy was to treat them as young engineers the day they walk in the door and expect them to act like engineers when they go through. And some of those relationships that you develop with those students as a colleague last to this day.
Working with APEGS, with Terry on there, has helped provide a better example for me to be as counselor.
I was convinced in 2008 to run for council, and it was about the time we were, had an environmental committee and a few things like that, and so I was able to serve on environmental committee and then student committee, of course, with the university, and then I re-upped in 2011 till 14, so I spent my 6 years on council. I was getting busy with the municipal work and the university and those kind of things, and so I stepped away for a few years, and then I got roped into executive and asked to serve, and in the back of my head was Dick Strayer, who was president in 67 or 9, who said when asked to serve he never hesitated, and so I said yes, and I was fortunate enough to be elected vice president and then to serve my term on executive and a year as president. And APEGS has been a great experience. The staff have always been supportive to the point where it allows the volunteers, who are very important to regulating the profession, to actually be able to have the time to do the work that they need to do, because it's a volunteer thing. You have to do it above and beyond the work that you do for a living, and so the staff has been fantastic to work with. And the way it's set up with an executive and a council, so much gets done at that executive table with those 4 people around the table. And then again, you just sit there and you listen and you learn from council, and you listen and you learn. There's all those fantastic people, and so I did nothing but learn and gain experience through that, and if I was able to contribute a little bit, that's even better. So
he's always personable. He's always giving 110% to whatever he's doing.
If I'm being compared to Brian in any kind of matter and getting anywhere close, it's a big deal for me.
We could use a lot more Terry Fonstads in this world, to be honest.
Career of engineering, yes, it's about gadgets and making new cars and airplanes and buildings and all kinds of other things, but it's also about making a difference in society. You may think you want to go into medicine, for instance, because you want to help people. You want to really help people, you go into engineering. A doctor sees how many people in a day, but an engineer can help 200,000 people in a city with one project have better water or have a better community. If you really want to make a difference in society, you can't find a better profession, really. So
he's pragmatic. He's always looking for a sound solution to problems that may occur.
I'm really enjoying what I'm doing now, to be able to see engineering tied to all the other professions, and how engineers work with sociologists who work with the healthcare system, and engineers designing apparatuses for medicine, and the difference between designing a subdivision and designing a community. To design a community, you need sociologists and artists and engineers and everybody to work together, and to get that clicking and to be able to facilitate some of that, huge honor.
Congratulations, Terry. Thank you for positively touching the lives of so many people.
I'd like to thank APEGS for the recognition, and I'd like to thank Ian for the nomination. I'd also like to thank my family, my wife, for all the support over the years, as this is not something that you can do, and there's times away that when you're volunteering that they have to take up the slack, so they deserve this just as much as I do.